Imagine this. You wake up, half buried in red sand, your suit's leaking air, your crewmates are gone, and oh, you're on Mars. Not like in the desert Mars. Real, outer space, zero Wi-Fi Mars. And NASA? Yeah, they think you're dead. Welcome to The Martian, where science meets sarcasm, and survival means growing potatoes with poop. Buckle up, space cadets. This ride is bumpy, nerdy, and surprisingly inspiring. Before we dive into this epic movie recap, make sure to subscribe to Recap Scope, smash that like button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a cinematic breakdown this awesome. Alright, let's get into it. The film kicks off on Sol 18 of the Ares 3 mission. The crew is stationed at the HAB, the temporary living quarters on Mars, conducting routine scientific experiments and collecting soil samples. The tone is casual, everyone's focused but relaxed, joking, working, exploring. It's another day on the red planet. Then NASA sends a warning. A massive storm is approaching, stronger than anticipated. If it hits the MAV, Mars Ascent Vehicle, with enough force, the whole structure could tip, stranding the crew. Commander Lewis makes the call, abort mission. As the wind howls louder, visibility drops to almost nothing. The team suits up and braces against the storm, struggling to reach the MAV. Out of nowhere, debris slams into Watney. 1 second he's standing, the next he's gone. The camera cuts to chaotic shots, dust swirling, suits bending against the storm, as the crew frantically tries to locate him. But telemetry shows zero life signs. The MAV is swaying dangerously. With tears in her eyes and no time left, Lewis makes the painful decision. They lift off, leaving Mars and Watney. Cut to silence. The storm has passed. Hours later, Mark Watney regains consciousness face down in Martian dirt. His faceplate is cracked. There's blood in his helmet. The antenna that impaled him has torn through his suit and punctured his torso. Yet somehow, the wound sealed enough to keep his suit pressurized just long enough for survival. He gasps in pain, stumbles to his feet, and limps back to the HAB, the only shelter for millions of miles. Inside, with shaking hands and fading consciousness, he peels off his suit, lays out tools, and rips open his shirt to reveal the gash in his abdomen. Blood pools on the floor. He cleans the wound, muttering sarcastic remarks through gritted teeth. The pain is excruciating, but he pushes through, slamming the staple gun into his own skin. His breathing is ragged. He nearly passes out, but he finishes the job. Still weak, he turns to the camera and records his first log. I'm not gonna die here. It's half a declaration, half a prayer. Days pass. He takes inventory. There's not enough food. Not by a long shot. His options? Starve, or grow something in the one place no plant should live. He pulls out the stored human waste packets, each labeled with a crew member's name, dumps them onto the Martian soil, mixes it with hydration and earth soil samples. He builds a greenhouse out of plastic tarps, repurposes equipment to keep it warm, and carefully plants potato pieces. Every step is slow, calculated. The whole thing could blow up, literally, if one chemical process misfires. For water, he sets up a volatile system to extract hydrogen and burn it. It nearly explodes. Flames burst, his eyebrows are singed, the HAB shakes. But somehow it works. Water trickles down into the soil. He meticulously tracks each sprout. At one point, he names his potatoes. They're his little green children. After all, life has returned on Mars. It's fragile but real. On Earth, NASA's celebrating the crew's safe return. There's a funeral for Watney, but low-orbit satellite shots begin raising questions. Mindy Park spots evidence of movement. The rovers change position. The solar panels are clean. Something's off. They zoom. Enhance. Zoom again. Watney's alive. Cue global panic at NASA. Meanwhile, Watney gears up for a bold move. Communication is everything, and the HAB can't talk to Earth. But the Pathfinder probe from the 90s might. It's miles away across unforgiving terrain. He modifies the rover with extended battery packs, adds insulation for heat, and manually maps a safe path. The journey is grueling. The rover rocks over craters, gets stuck in dunes, and almost tips while descending a slope. He digs out wheels, sets up makeshift tracks, and keeps moving. It takes days. He sleeps sitting up, wrapped in foil. He's exhausted but determined. He finds Pathfinder half buried, salvages its systems, and hauls it back. The reboot is clunky. It's old tech, but he wires it through the rover's camera and boom, a message appears. Earth sees him. He sees Earth. NASA engineers scramble to communicate with a man on another planet using hexadecimal commands. Eventually, they restore a full text link. The entire world now watches every interaction. The next montage shows Watney back in a rhythm. The farm is thriving. He cracks jokes again. He's still got his sarcasm, even as his cheeks hollow and his clothes hang loose. He's slowly becoming more than an astronaut. He's a symbol. Then disaster. Watney forgets to secure the airlock canvas during one routine task. A sudden pressure difference tears it apart. An explosive decompression rips through the hab. The farm implodes. He's thrown back, hitting the wall, gasping as alarms blare. When he wakes up, the place is destroyed. Frost covers the floor. The crops, brown, wilted, dead. He limps through the wreckage. Tries to save anything. The potatoes? Gone. His months of work vaporized in seconds. He sits down and stares into the distance, completely alone again. NASA rushes to respond. They prepare a supply probe, cutting safety checks to speed up launch. When it fails, exploding midair, the despair is global. But there's a twist. China steps up, offering a booster that could deliver the payload. Secret meetings. Fast coordination. The world unites. Then Purnell's maneuver enters the picture. A high-speed Earth slingshot. The Hermes crew can turn around, intercept Watney, and bring him home. It's dangerous, crazy, and brilliant. NASA declines, but Mitch leaks it. The Hermes crew votes unanimous. They mutiny for Mark. Watney's next task: survive a solo cross-planet road trip to the Ares 4 site. He reconfigures the rover, strips it for parts, and plans a multi-week route. The journey is brutal. Dust storms blind his path, batteries die, and he has to drill through a rock wall to extract hydrogen again. One slip and it's over. There's a terrifying moment when his solar panels are covered by a dust storm. He realizes he's not generating enough power. Days go by, darker and darker. He calculates the storm's movement and painfully detours around it. Every move is a gamble. He marks each soul with a shaky hand, the days growing longer and lonelier. When he arrives at Schiaparelli Crater, the MAV stands tall, untouched, but it's not ready. He strips it to the bone, rips out the interior, even removes the front panel, sealing it with a tarp. It's a rocket held together with duct tape and hope. Launch day. He straps in. The launch shakes violently. The tarp flaps. The MAV lurches as it ascends. Mid-flight, the capsule spins wildly. He blacks out from the G-force. Hermes can't intercept in time. They trigger a mid-space explosion to adjust trajectory. Not enough. In a last-ditch move, Watney vents air through a hole in his glove, controlling his direction like a human thruster. Lewis floats, tethered, reaching through open space. Watney spins past. She fires her thrusters. Misses. Then, one more burst. Her glove snags his tether. Contact. Tears. Cheers. The crew pulls him inside. For the first time in almost 2 years, Watney's surrounded by humans. Alive. Cut to Earth. Watney, clean-shaven, dressed in a crisp uniform, steps out into the bright light of a classroom. He's not the stranded botanist anymore. He's the guy who made it back. The guy who turned science fiction into survival. He stands before a room full of new astronaut candidates, looking them dead in the eye. Calm, confident, and begins. At some point, everything's gonna go south on you, and you're gonna say, this is it. This is how I end. Now you can either accept that, or you can get to work. And that's what he did. Solve one problem, then the next, until he came home. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end, you absolute legend. If you made it through all this Martian madness, let's hear it in the comments. Smash that like button like it's a malfunctioning airlock. Subscribe to Recap Scope so you never miss an adventure. And hit that notification bell so loud it echoes all the way to Mars. And hey, got thoughts, theories, or just want to geek out over space stuff? Drop it in the comments below. See you in the next one. Earthlings.